If we have faith and no action, then our faith is dead. So we really are striving by day and by night to make what it is that we see as justice, as peace, as unity. We want to actually live it out. And we recognize, of course, as Baha'is, that this society that we seek to build will not be seen in its full entirety in our lifetime. However, like all the previous generations that came before us, we want to make some contribution to its forward progress. We want to make sure our contribution is systematic and not just a haphazard series of steps.
So looking at, we're all, I think, reeling from the last months and certainly the last couple of weeks with the terrible, terrible killing of George Floyd and all of the things that have happened since then. Considering the current events and events, maybe from the time that Baha'u'llah appeared in the middle of the 19th century, how do we apply this? What are we doing? What is our part in the process?
Mm-hmm. And I think, everyone is in a common process right now, because unlike any previous time, we really are having a mutual experience. I have the good fortune to have a 98-year-old grandfather who is still with me in this world, Reverend Casper Isaiah Glenn. And I was just speaking to him on the phone yesterday. So he had the opportunity, of course, being born in 1922, to move through many, many, many movements. He had a chance to work with Dr. King and others on civil rights. He had a chance to live and work in Africa and to really address human rights. But he usually tells me, whenever I bring up any of the matters happening in my lifetime, that, oh, well, that's much smaller in scope. At the beginning of the pandemic, I asked him, and he agreed, this is actually quite vast and quite serious. He said, there was a polio epidemic when I was a boy, but we didn't have to walk around wearing masks. So consequently, yes, this is much more. I checked in with him yesterday about the current state of affairs. And one, I was delighted because he did not have words to kind of put down those who are manifesting their feelings in a variety of different ways and who are striving for justice in different ways. He had nothing but very congratulatory words for the young people of today and what they're trying to do. We did talk, though, about the fact that when he was working on trying to desegregate areas of Arizona and other places in the South and in the West, that they actually had to work very systematically at that they couldn't just get up that day and go and have a march. It actually required them to study. Everyone had read Mahatma Gandhi. Everyone was studying what it was that Dr. King was putting into print. And then they were making a plan. They were going out, carrying out that plan. And then they couldn't just finish the march and say, we're finished. They had to come back and reflect on the action and figure out how to keep going. So we all are the recipients of the work that they have done. And I think this quote, let deeds, not words, be your adorning, is our mission statement, to keep moving forward and to remember that it does require systematic action. It really can't be haphazard if we want to achieve the goal that we're looking for.